Sawadika, Mikarapa, Namaste, Salamansian. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And thanks to join today's online seminar. I'm Nina, the Director of Overseas Medical Mission Center of Changhua Christian Hospital. And I'm also the moderator of today's session. First of all, I would like to thank all of our participants, speakers, reactors from different organizations and different countries. Today's session is very interesting and very special. We are going to focus on traditional medicine and COVID-19 prevention. As we know, coronavirus now is a global health crisis. Most countries are devoted on the specific drugs and vaccines and investigation and development. However, any innovations around the world, including traditional and alternative medicine, are in the search for potential treatment of COVID-19. So therefore, today's seminar, we invite speakers from Taiwan and Thailand to share the academic research and clinical practice in Chinese and Thai traditional medicine intervention on COVID-19 prevention. Besides, we also invite experts from India to be one of our reactors to share the India Ayurveda in COVID-19 prevention. So before we start today's presentation, I would like to invite Dr. Huang Zhang, the Director of Department of Chinese Medicine and Pharmacy, Ministry of Health and Welfare of Taiwan, to give the opening remarks. Dr. Huang, please. Huang Zhang.
Ms. Nina Gao, the organizer of this event from Changhua Christian Hospital. I saw online from the top one, and then I saw the chairman, Ms. Multani, from the Multani Pharmaceuticals from India. And also I saw from Vietnam, of the Administration of Traditional Medicine of Vietnam, Dr. Tran Minh-Ngoc.
Yeah.
And you are welcome, yes. And from Philippines, I saw the Dr. Francis Vincente Ras, Head of Social Advocacy and Training. And are you in red clothes? You are Dr. Francis O. and Ms. Annabella Pasiona de Guzman, Director General, in red clothes from Philippines. And also, and would be today's speaker, my colleague, Professor Su Yi-Chang from National Research Institute of Chinese Medicine. Welcome. And also, I think we have all the conference. Also, Dr. Sung-Yen Huang, who is the head of the traditional medicine section in Changhua Christian Hospital. And welcome. And also, we have Ms. Yi-Chang Lin Yi-Jing, who are from Taipei Economic and Cultural Office in Thailand. Welcome. And in Taiwan here, we have Ms. Dr. Cheng Chinhwa from the Pharmaceutical Industry Technology and Development Center, and also Judy Chen, who is also from the Pharmaceutical Industry Technology and Development Center, PITAHC. And we also have two professors from medical center, the China Medical University Hospital, Professor Lai Rongnian, and also Professor Yin Hongzong. And we also have the director of TCM Hospital from Changchun, Dr. Cheng Chinhwa. And for the industry side, from Taiwan, we have Jiang Suduan, the head of research and quality control department from Zhongzhongrong Pharmaceutical Company, and also Jindu Niansan Medicine Manufacturing Company, and Miss Simon Wong. I hope I did not miss anyone. A hearty welcome to all of you, including Wang Chai. We met last year, and I really appreciate and Dr. Nina Gao to organize this very timely and pertinent conference regarding how traditional medicine can fight against COVID-19. As we know, the death toll or the infected cases are still keeping increasing. So it's a very, very good way that those from India, Vietnam, Thailand, the Philippines, and also Taiwan, we can join together to exchange our experience and also our formula to fight against COVID-19. And later on, you will also hear from Professor Su Yi-Chang, the National Research Institute Chinese Medicine. He has already have a formula, and this formula may be going to be and have clinical trial or some and administration maybe in North America. So I would like to congratulate this conference, and also hope that it's a start for all of us to work together from traditional medicine, how we can really help people and also patients who are infected with COVID-19. So my opening remark is really an appreciation and also a welcome for all of you that we join together to have make a joint progress in fighting against COVID-19. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Huang. Huang 市长，谢谢. So next, I would like to invite Dr. Dan, Chen Mingyu, Dr. Chen, in Yunnan maybe Dr. Dan, the Vice General Director, Administration of Traditional Medicine of Vietnam, to give remarks. Dr. Dan, please.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, today I'm very happy to enjoy with you to enjoy the web seminar on the use of traditional medicine for the COVID-19. Now I briefly introduce about the COVID-19 in Vietnam. The first now scale of COVID-19 in Vietnam were reported on the 23rd January of 2020. Until now, is our country have the nearly 1,000 confirmed case. Among is 560 recoveries and 26 case deaths. So we the Vietnamese government also the test nearly the 600,000 death for the performed in Da Nang as August. On the 7th February is a National Institute of Hygiene Epidemiology in Hanoi announced that has success controlled and isolated new SARS-CoV-2 coronavirus in lab. So we also the study to research on how to make the vaccine for the COVID-19. In the treatment now we use from experience again the SARS outbreak in 2003. Vietnam has been proactive in treatment COVID-19 patient. So we have the also experience for the prevent and the control the COVID-19. In comparison to the beginning of the year, the patient mainly treatment their system, medical staff. We will to try to improve the condition, while the new treatment antiviral drug improves the more effective for the COVID-19 patient, especially the Rotinavir, and interferon has been used effective by Vietnam. The patient were virus free after 7-day use. The tradition is own medicine also use the Ministry of Health uh, improve the guide for the traditional medicine and methods of traditional medicine, the prevent support for treatment COVID-19. Here is shortly introduce about the COVID epidemic in Vietnam. Thank you everybody to I also to very happy to enjoy the web seminar. We went to learn about the from experience in Taiwan, in Thailand and another country. Still, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Dan. Yeah, thank you for your remarks. And we have another distinguished guest from Philippines. So last, I want to invite Dr. Francis, and the head of Social Advocacy and Training of Philippines Institute for Traditional and Alternative Healthcare, to say a few words on behalf of Dr. Annabella, the Director General. Dr. Francis, are you online?
Yes, good afternoon, everyone.
Good. Yes, please.
Yes, on behalf of our Director General, Dr. Annabel de Guzman, to all the speakers, Dr. Yi-Chang, Dr. Huang Sung-Yen, and Dr. Khwanchai Visithanon, to honorable guests, participants, and organizers of this webinar, a pleasant afternoon. On behalf of the Philippine Institute of Traditional and Alternative Healthcare, I would like to thank the organizing committee through the Bureau of International Health Cooperation of the Department of Health for extending your invitation for PITAHC to this timely and relevant webinar. PITAHC, as the lead agency for the traditional and alternative medicine in the Philippines, is glad on the conduct of this kind of webinar to discuss whether TCM works in COVID-19 prevention. A discussion, exploration, and researches on this area are worthwhile considering what the pandemic has been brought in our respective countries and in the whole world. Our agency, as a research institute, as well, funds and encourages TCM researches relevant to COVID-19. We also are making some significant initiatives to somehow help in the prevention of the virus using the traditional and alternative medicine. As I end, I would like to congratulate the organizers and the host country for this timely and significant event. To all the participants, let us learn more about TCM, especially its relevance to the current pandemic. God bless to everyone.
Thank you. God bless you too. Okay, so we are going to start our seminar. So today we have 3 speakers, including Dr. Su and Dr. Huang, both are from Taiwan, and Dr. Khwanchai from Thailand. So each speaker, you have 15 to 20 minutes for presentation. Please control your time. The QA will be after 3 speakers' presentation. So the first speaker, I would like to invite Dr. Yi-Chang, the Director of National Research Institute of Chinese Medicine, Ministry of Health and Welfare of Taiwan. And his topic is the treatment effect and mechanism of traditional Chinese medicine for COVID-19 in Taiwan. Dr. Su, please.
Thank you very much, Dr. Gao, for inviting me to join this great meeting. I will share our experience about COVID-19. Okay, this is the new data till yesterday. So it's a terrible number. We can see there are 22 million of cases and near 800,000 deaths. So we to make this research, we have 3 goals to treat COVID-19. At first, to confirm the efficacy and find the mechanism in the clinical use of traditional Chinese herbs. Now we named NRICM 101 for COVID-19. Secondly, if the pandemic continues spreading, now we have find a phenomenon. The NICM 101 will be applied to fight against COVID-19. Here, effective vaccines can be used, but it's very difficult. Although we are all expect it will be successful produced. In response to the need of the pandemic, we try to make good quality control for mass production. This is the 3 goals we use to do our research. And this is the flow chart of traditional Chinese medical therapy drug development. We have prepared the clinical guideline on January 31st, but we treat the first patients delayed to the April 3rd. Now we have 3 medical centers join this platform. And after 2 weeks treatment and observation of the patient observation, we find good clinical effect. Then we began to do basic research verification for 3 parts. One is for quality control, because we want to make sure all the drugs used in any hospital or any country will have the same quality and effect. And the second 2 and 3 part is to confirm the antivirus effect and another immune regulation. So we designed the TCM prescriptions for COVID-19. The formula consists of 3 parts. And the first one is antivirus effect. The second one is immune regulation. And then the third, maybe in any other patients, doctor will give the supportive treatment. This is the clinical data in 2 medical centers. We collect 35 patients. This is the basic data. We can see we treat the patients in traditional Chinese medicine for the more severe cases. And we have also compared with the effect of hydroxychloroquine. At first, we assuming that traditional Chinese medicine is ineffective. So we can test the efficacy of the hydroxychloroquine. We test the day 2, 3 consecutive negative result between using hydroxychloroquine or not. But we find that there is no difference in the 2 group of patients. Then under the result of hydroxychloroquine might be ineffective for COVID-19, we can take as the clinical manifestation of hydroxychloroquine regarded as the natural cause. Then we can check using traditional Chinese medicine or not is very different. We can see the 2 curves. And we can find the median of the admission day from using TCM to 3 consecutive negative result is 9 days. This is another curve we can find. The important factor is the age. All age group is is more serious than the young group, and the other is using traditional Chinese medicine or not. We also check the impact factor using multivariable analysis by cost regression. We can find that the effect in using traditional Chinese medicine, the odds ratio is 57. And there also see some effect in the hydroxychloroquine. The odds ratio is 3.5. This is we use in the medical center. In 2 medical centers, the prescription was prepared by the pharmacy in the medical center. And we also check all the prescription in the 2 medical centers, and then now we check in the pharmaceutical factories. This is the peak in the fingerprint. We have identified all the period compound in this formula. This is the basic research verification. We find the SARS-CoV-2 replication cycle, and we identify 4 target sites for our research. And we decided to check the 2 proteins. The first one is the spike protein, and the second is the 3' protease. Okay, this is to check the spike protein and whether NRICM-101 can block the combination of spike and the ACE2 or not. We can see the dose-dependent effect in SPR, surface plasmon resonance, and in the ELISA model. The second target is 3' protease activity asset. We all know that this protein will influence the virus replication. So we check the NRICM-101 effect. We find that it can inhibit the function of this protease with dose-dependence effect. The above study is in molecular platform. We also check the effect in P3 laboratory using anti-SARS-CoV-2 asset. The first one is IFA, infection immunofluorescence asset. The second is the plaque reduction neutralization test. We can find NRICM-101 can protect the cell from the infection by SARS-CoV-2 with dose-dependent effect. This in the dilution 320 fold. It also has the effect. Finally, we have interest into check whether the Chinese herb can affect the cytokine storm or not. We all know that this is the important role in fetal immune inflammatory effect. And they also called patient death or pulmonary fibrosis. We can see the NRICM-101 can inhibit the cytokine storm we can check in the pro-inflammatory cytokine, interleukin-6 and TNF-alpha. It also has the dose-dependent effect. So this is the figure. We can find the mechanism of the NRICM 101 for treating COVID-19. The first target site is to block the spike protein combined with the ACE2 in the cell surface. Then we can prevent the virus into the cell. The second target site is the 3-cell protease. The NRICM 101 can block the protein activity. Then we can block the virus replication. And the second is inhibit the pro-inflammatory cytokine and to block the cytokine storm. So we, after this series of study, we have get the conclusion. Our formula NRICM presents a multi-targeting potential safe and efficacious drug candidate for treating COVID-19. Because Taiwan is a small case load country that's contracting our influential analysis by a small sample size. So we think in the future, we need more investigations to explore possible effect and the underlying mechanism of NRICM 101. Professor Huang has mentioned that we try to organize new study teams in North America to set up a random control trial or a real-world study in the future. So this is my report about our experience about fighting against the COVID-19. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much for Dr. Su. And the second speaker is Dr. Huang Sung-Yen, the Director of Chinese Medicine Department of Changhua Christian Hospital, Taiwan. And his topic is traditional Chinese medicine in the treatment of COVID-19 in Taiwan, the case report particularly in Changhua Christian Hospital. Dr. Huang, please.
Okay, thank you, Adina. And good afternoon, everyone. And I am Sung-Yen Huang, the Director of Department of Traditional Chinese Medicine of CCH. And now I start my presentation. The subject is Traditional Chinese Medicine in the Treatment of COVID-19 in Taiwan, case report. In December 2019, the outbreak of COVID-19 in Wuhan City, Hubei Province, China, spread rapidly to the world. And January 24th, the first case appeared in Taiwan. A 15-year-old woman worked in Wuhan, came back to Taiwan. She got fever, cough, and sore throat, and shortness of breath. Later, she was confirmed a COVID-19 patient. January 25th, a 52-year-old woman came to department emergency of our hospital with her family. She suffered from cough, fever, sore throat, muscle soreness, and sore arm. And also he had worked in Wuhan City, China. She and her family were sent to negative facial isolate ward of our hospital rapidly. Then they were confirmed COVID-19 patient. Between January to April, our hospital treated total 11 confirmed COVID-19 patients, All of them were recovered and discharged. The next one discharged at April 28th. And this was a consultation form of our hospital. It was sent from Department Infection at January 30th. The Director of Department Infection, Dr. Liu, sent the consultation form. And at the January 30th afternoon, my cell phone received a consultation message. It was sent from Department Infection. I saw the message and checked the consultation system. It was her, the first confirmed COVID-19 patient of our hospital. I was so surprised. Then our hospital published a paper which mentioned about a local transmission case of SARS-CoV-2 infection in Taiwan in NEZJ. It also was the first paper related with COVID-19 which was published in Taiwan. And let's see the basic data of the group of patients combined with TCM therapy. The gender male 3 and the female 3, aged from 21 years old to 88 years old. The type of infection are import 3 and the local acquirement 3. And the confirmed is by SARS-CoV-2 RT-PCR. And the chest CT scan finding, and 5 patients found the gross grade opacity. And according to the WHO severity classification, the severity of the patient was classified mild 1, moderate 4, and the severe 1. In the conventional severity group, the patient received severity including oral drug severity like Tamiflu, levofloxacin, and cetibutin, acetaminophen, diclofenac, dextromethorphan, and so on. All drugs were for symptom improvement and prevent the complication of the SARS-CoV-2 infection. And the world also supplied the oxygen therapy, but the patient combined with TCM therapy used no oxygen therapy during hospital period. And now let me introduce TCM treatment. The number of visits was 3 times per week. It means that we visit the COVID-19 patient once per 2 or 3 days. The treatment was based on syndrome differentiation of every patient. Chinese medicine includes decoction, powder, and the treatment period from January 13 to April 88. The 4 patients follow up per week at least 1 month in TCM OPD after discharge. These Chinese herbal medicines are commonly used to treat respiratory infection, poor digestive function. Also, some herbal medicines have the antiviral effect and increase the immunity of human body. And according to the CCC Taiwan, if COVID-19 patient want to discharge, the discharge criteria including 2 items. First, they need 2 samples, source swab and sputum. And the secondary, the 3 continuous SARS-CoV-2 nucleic acid tests are negative. And in TCM group, the discharge number is 6. Okay, and then now I introduce the TCM treatment effect in the 6 COVID-19 patient. This is the first COVID-19 patient of our hospital. She is a 52 years old woman, and the infection type is imported because he had worked in Wuhan City, China, and the saturation has been low to 93% at the day 8 and 95% for 5 days. And the saturation is improved after combined care. And the patient days in hospital is 26, and the day of Chinese medicine treat is 21 days. And the patient suffer from fever and cough, sore throat, muscle soreness, diarrhea, and so on. At the TCM treatment, her fever was subsided and all the symptoms was improved. Then 3 continuously SARS-CoV-2 nucleic acid tests were negative, and he discharged smoothly at February 19th. The first time CT scan of the patient showed the typical image of COVID-19. There were several GGO appearances in her both lungs. And after TCM treatment, the secondary CT scan showed the lesion become small. And in April 30, she got the 3 CT scan, and the CT scan show the lesion almost small, and it almost disappear. And the case 2 is a 50-year-old male. He is an artist, and the patient type is a locally acquirement because he was infected by his family. And also the patient has a smoker history. The day in hospital is 33, and the day of Chinese medicine treatment is 22. And the patient also suffer from cough, sputum, sore throat, and muscle soreness. After TCM treatment, all the symptoms is improved. And the first CT scan of the patient show there is a typical GGO in her left lower lung. And after TCM treatment in February 14th, and the images show the lesion is become small. And also in match 3, and the patient suffered from a car accident, and he was sent to our hospital. The CT scan of the chest and show the lesion almost disappear. And the case 3 is a 88-year-old female. The infection type is local acquired because she was infected by her family. The SARS-CoV-2 nucleic acid sampling has rapidly turned positive, and the day in hospital is 37. The day of Chinese medicine treatment is 11. The patient has a long stay in hospital because of his nuclear nucleic acid sampling rapidly turned positive. So she asked for Chinese medicine therapy. After TCM therapy, and his nucleic acid sampling has turned negative. So she discharged smoothly. And the case 4 is a 57 years old male, and the infection type also locally acquired because he was infected by his family, and the patient also suffered from SARS-CoV-2 nucleic acid sampling has rapidly turned positive. So he asked Chinese medicine therapy, and the day in hospital is 47. The day of Chinese medicine treatment is 21. And this is his chest CT scan, and they are 2 GGO lesion in his right lung. And the case 5 is a 29-year-old female, and the type of infection is imported because she works in Manila, Philippines. And the day in hospital is 22, and the day of the Chinese medicine treatment is 15. After TCM treatment, all of her symptoms is improved, and he discharged smoothly. And the CT scan of her chest also showed the GGO in her both lungs. The case 6 is a 21 years old male, and the type of infection is imported because he studied in United Kingdom, and the SARS-CoV-2 nucleic acid sampling is rapidly turned positive. So the day in hospital is 34, and the day of Chinese medicine treatment is 34. And his CT scan also showed the GGO lesion in his both lung. And include the result of the six COVID-19 patient and with TCM therapy. The initial result of TCM in the treatment of COVID-19 is the TCM decreased the symptoms of COVID-19 related, like fever, cough, sputum, sore, muscle soreness, diarrhea, poor appetite, loss of taste and smell, hypoxia, and so on. Second, standard deterioration. 2 cases from severe infiltration of broad lung didn't get rose after TCM treatment. Third, promote SARS-CoV-2 nucleic acid sampling to turn negative. 3 cases suffer from SARS-CoV-2 nucleic acid sampling has rapidly turned positive. And the 3 continuous nucleic acid tests were negative after combined with TCM treatment. The 4th, shorter length of hospital stay. The 5th, prevent the pulmonary fibrosis. 4 patients combined with TCM therapy show no symptoms of pulmonary fibrosis, like shortness of breath, dry cough, and fatigue after return TCM outpatient visit. And the 2 patients show no pulmonary fibrosis confirmed by chest CT scan. Okay, my presentation is ended. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Huang. Even we only have 6 cases, but it looks all of cases when they combine with traditional Chinese medicine, the results comes very good. Okay, so our last speaker is Dr. Khwanchai. the Director of the Institute of Thai Traditional Medicine, Department of Traditional and Alternative Medicine of Thailand, because we know that Thai medicine is also very popular in Thailand, and we would like Dr. Khwanchai can share how the Thai medicine involved in the COVID-19 prevention. So his topic is the use of Thai traditional medicine for prevention and treatment of COVID-19 in Thailand. Dr. Khwanchai, please.
Yes, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Mr. Chair and Madam Chair, and dear participants and all of the speakers. It's my honor to be present the experience of the Thai traditional medicine that we use to prevention and the treatment of the COVID-19 in Thailand. Next, please. In Thailand, next, please. Yes. In Thailand, the Thai traditional medicine is still used as a complementary, and so we didn't take the opportunity to join the treatment of the COVID-19 patient in the hospital. So when the COVID-19 attacked Thailand on the beginning of the February, at the time we have to fight not only the COVID, but we also have to fight with the attitude of the society as well. So in Thailand, we have to do in the detour route, not the direct route that we can took the Thai traditional medicine to participate in the treatment and the prevention of the COVID-19. So at the beginning of the February, when the COVID-19 get the dispersed in Thai society, we review what could be the effective knowledge management in Thai traditional medicine to combat with the COVID-19. This is the topic that I would like to share the experience with the colleague here. At the beginning, we start with the what we call maybe the literature review, but the problem of our literature review is the knowledge, the traditional knowledge in Thailand is in the original textbook that is record for more than 200 years, 300 years, or 400 years. So most of the textbook is in the old language. So it's difficult for the people in the present day to understand. So we need to do some kind like a translation of the old inscription to be understandable. And the second step is we have to prove about the authentication of the knowledge by review with the practitioner or the expert, use the expert panel. And the third step is we trying to do the standardization of the herbal formula or the Thai traditional medicine intervention. And then we go to the actual use. So we organize something like implementation of the Thai traditional medicine that we select and use in the community or the primary care. We cannot use the Thai traditional medicine in the hospital at that time. So we got the clinical information just like a case report or only the case series, and compared to what Dr. Su and Dr. Huang has presented, we still need to develop our work to confirm in the laboratory as well as to develop it to the conventional clinical trial, like a randomized control trial in the near future. And in the hope that after we got the evidence, we can develop our Thai traditional medicine by use the reverse pharmacology to make it more modern and have more quality and standard. That is the way that we use during our work. And this show the old original textbook. And one of the textbook that we have, we already explained about the pandemic infectious disease. Yeah. And as you may see on the slide that we also depict our knowledge on the marble plate in the Wat Pachetupon or the Wat Po in central Bangkok. Next, please. So, sorry, this is in Thai, but one of our old textbook named Takasila is the content of this textbook is already explained about all kinds of the infectious disease that we have the knowledge about how to do the diagnosis, how to identify the disease, and what kind of the disease that may have some Thai traditional medicine that could be used to treatment and as well as the prevention of that infectious disease. Actually, Takasila is the name of a city in India, in the ancient India. And they mentioned in the textbook that in the history, this city, the Takasila, have attacked by a very serious pandemic infectious disease. And most of the population there is get ill and killed by the infectious disease. So this is the old inscription that we trying to do the literature review, and we have to do the translation to get the very clear and understandable knowledge, traditional knowledge from the textbook. Next, please. So after we got some traditional knowledge from the textbook, I called the expert panel to discuss and do the authentication of the knowledge. And my director general, he sits as a chairman of this expert panel. From the slide, you may see that we identified 2 formulas for the prevention of the COVID-19 and 2 formulas for the treatment. For the prevention, we identified the T-Pala formula, which this formula is very popular among the BIMTEC, Ayurvedic medicine country like India, Nepal, Bangladesh. They already know about the T-Pala. It's very good to improve the protective mechanism through the mucus along the airway as well as other mucus tissue. The second formula for prevention of the COVID-19, we use a very simple Thai herb. It's a tamarind leaf. We just extract with the white spirit or the alcohol, and it can use for the prevention of the coronavirus. For the treatment, we identify two formula. One is we name as a Ya Khao from the Wat Po in script. And the second one is Nam Nom Rachasi Chui steam in white spirit. This, according to the traditional knowledge, Nam Nom Rachasi can be used to protect the internal organ from scarring and severe infection. So this is the knowledge that we identify at the time. Next, please. So I go to the northeastern province of Udon Thani to interview with our great guru. His name is Chup Pan Kum Yat. He already have 50 years of experience to use the Ya Khao formula. So I interview Chup, and then we got the clear knowledge, the traditional knowledge, and his experience on the use of Ya Khao to fight or to treatment and prevention of the COVID-19. Next, please. So this just show you the inscription on the marble page at Wat Po that explain about the Ya Khao, which is one of the formula. According to the inscription, it's explained that this kind of Ya Khao can be used for all kinds of infectious disease, either from virus, bacteria, or any kind of infectious disease. And they explain the composition of the formula that contain 15 kind of herb. Most of them is root part of the herb plant. Next, please. So this just show you about the herb that they mix in the Ya Khao formula. I don't have the monograph of each particular herb, but this is our plan that we have to develop the monograph of this formula in the near future. The name of the herb is กระเช้าผีมดหัวคล้าทองพันช่างชาสมเสร็จง้วนหมูข้าวไหม้จิงจ้อ and this is mainly is root of the herb medicinal plant. Next, please. Other herb that we use is สวาดสะแกมะนาวย่านางฟักข้าวผักสาบand ผักหวานบ้าน this is the herb that our guru Chup explained to me, and then we asked the local herbal pharmaceutical plant to prepare this Ya Khao for my institute to use in the community. Next, please. And we also produce some of the video and provide some training or educational program through the online YouTube and other Facebook as well. We in the hope that the population, the general population, they can have the effective knowledge to prepare themselves. On the slide, you see that in the glass is a tamarind leaf extract with the white spirit or the alcohol. Next, please. And after we have the medicine, we cannot use in the hospital, so we provide in the community. This picture shows the mobile Thai traditional medicine clinic that we provide the ya khao and the tamarind extract juice to the people who stay in the local quarantine camp and the state quarantine camp. This is in Buriram province, nearby in the northeastern part, nearby the Cambodia border. Next, please. And we also go to the deep south province of the Narathiwat province, as well as the Pattani province. Next, please. We also organize a network of Thai traditional medicine clinic, and we supply them with the ya khao and tamarind leaf juice as well. So this shows the name of the clinic. Next, please. So during the pandemic of COVID-19 in Thailand, during the month of March, April, and May, we provide ya khao to the community for 5,120. Next, please. And from our small experience, we found that either ya khao and the tamarind extract, as well as the Nam Nom Ratchasi extract and Ti Phala. Ti Phala, we only provide the knowledge that the population can, the people can do it themselves. They can prepare the Ti Phala in the household and can use for the prevention of the COVID. We found that all of the formula that we provide to the population is quite very safe. No report of the serious side effect. Only few about 28 or less than 20 cases that have a mild symptom. Some of the mild side effect is some patients develop a mild skin rash, and some have a mild diarrhea 1 or 2 times at the first day of the they have the got the medicine. And also some patients have something like increasing the sputum in their throat, and some patients feel like a pull in their chest. This because in ya khao, most of the part used is a root, and it have a pharmaceutical effect of the to cool down the body. Yeah. So that is the all of the experience that we're trying to develop. Right now, I trying to collect complete data information from the patient to do the report of the case series. We expect to complete case of 250 case of on yā khāo and 100 cases on tamarind extract, and 60 cases of the Nam Nom Ratchasi is still on the writing the report. And in the near future, we plan to submit the clinical trial research proposal to the National Research Institute of Thailand to further do the clinical research on these three formula of the Thai traditional medicine. Thank you. Thank you for your
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Khwanchai. Thank you. So thank you all of our speakers' presentation. Before we open for QA, we have some of reactors with feedback or comments to the session. So first, I would like to invite Dr. Multani, the chairman of the Multani Pharmaceuticals Limited in India. Mr. Multani is always trying his best to promote traditional systems of medicine across the world and doing advocacy on different issues on behalf of the industry through different platforms. So, Mr. Multani, Chairman, and I know the pandemic in India is also bring huge impact for people and even for the government. So, could you please share if an Ayurveda apply on the coronavirus prevention and treatment in India? And do you think it's work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Good evening and good afternoon to our friends, brothers and sisters from Taiwan, Thailand, Philippines, Myanmar, Vietnam, India, and all participants from across the globe. Welcome to the topic, does traditional alternative medicine, Ayurveda, work in COVID-19 prevention? The answer is yes, it does, and it is very, very effective in prevention. And a lot of clinical trials are on to look at the curative aspect also. Let me first give a brief background on Ayurveda. It's a 5,000 years of outstanding track record. India has had 500 years of Mughal rule, 200 years of British rule. Ayurveda has survived and grown in usage and strengthened with each passing day. In India, more than 60% of the population relies on Ayurveda as a primary healthcare system. India has an independent Ministry of Ayush. We have seen that the advanced countries with supposedly best modern facilities like America, England, Germany have failed miserably in the COVID-19 situation. COVID-19 is a ray of hope in traditional and alternative medicine. Ayurveda plays a major role to build immunity. The current therapy for COVID-19 involves only symptomatic treatment, supportive care, prevention of complications. No specific drug or targeted intervention is available in modern medicine. Enhancing individual immunity by incorporating appropriate dietary and lifestyle changes and by using safe and natural immunomodulating agents, which are in abundance in Ayurveda. Measures for enhancing immunity being implemented in India. They are drink warm water throughout the day, daily practice of yogasana, pranayama, meditation for 30 minutes, medicinal herbs like haldi, turmeric, jeera, curcumin, dhania, coriander, and lesun, garlic are recommended for immunity boosting procedures. There are Ayurvedic products which have been doing outstanding, which have been recommended by the Ministry of Ayush. Chyawanprash, 10 grams, 1 tablespoon in the morning, has proven to be very, very effective in immunity boosting. The main ingredient is amla. Then apart from that, the Ministry of Ayush is recommending drinking of herbal tea which is a decoction, which is also known as kada, made from tulsi, basil, dalchini, cinnamon, kali mirch, black pepper, sunti, dry ginger. In this, jaggery natural sugar is added, and this has proven, it's consumed twice a day and has proven to be very, very effective in building up immunity. Rasayan therapy of Ayurveda is basically nothing but immunity boosting, keeping the healthy people always healthy and preventing diseases to infect them. Rasayans are rejuvenators, nutritional supplements, and possess strong antioxidant activities and have excellent immunity boosting action. For the second most populated country in the world, India, India's death rate percentage is far below the global average. Indian death average is 1.9% against the global average of 3.5%. This is mainly due to widespread use of Ayurveda products to boost immunity, prevent COVID-19, and help in speedy recovery. Prevention and cure examples in India. Preventive medicines have been given, Ayurveda preventive medicines have been given to millions of Indians. Some examples are Delhi police, 70,000 officials were given Ayurveda medicines, and very few cases were reported, even though these personnel have maximum exposure to the public. Jhansi prison in Uttar Pradesh, over 210 COVID positive cases were treated with Ayurveda medicines, completely, exclusively Ayurveda treatment. Numerous similar cases are reported, and many clinical trials are on to see the curative aspect. Preventive Ayurveda is outstanding. Curative clinical studies are on. Now for Ayurveda, India has many outstanding companies with the WHO GMP, World Health Organization, Good Manufacturing Practice certification, government-approved dust testing laboratories, and government-approved research and development facilities. Multani Pharmaceuticals Limited, my company, is one of them. Yes, Ayurveda does work very effectively in COVID-19 prevention and recovery. Today's webinar is something outstanding because we all need to work together to make sure the world is a safe and healthier place. Thank you, and God bless everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Multani, and share your experience in the Ayurvedas applying on the COVID-19. Okay, I think that Philippines also is one of the most serious countries influenced by COVID-19. And Dr. Francis, are you still online? So could you please share if traditional medicine apply on the COVID-19 prevention in Philippines?
Actually, right now, we do not have any traditional complementary medicine that's being applied for COVID-19. Although there are some traditional and complementary medicine practitioners who submitted to us a proposal to address COVID-19. Like, for example, the group of homeopathic doctors in the Philippines, they have submitted a protocol, a research protocol for the COVID-19 cases in the Philippines, but it's not yet approved because it is being reviewed by the concerned agency aside from PITAHC.
Okay, thank you for your comments. And actually today we have some of the Chinese traditional medicine and pharmaceutical companies with us. One of is Jinju and the medicine company to join us. So Simon, I think you are online. Simon is the quality control manager of this company. So Simon, do you have any products that apply on COVID-19 prevention or treatment in the future? Do you plan to market your product to Asian countries such as Thai or Philippines or India? So do you think what's the most challenge that you will be being too fast? Simon, please.
Yes, hello everyone. I'll make a short introduction of my company. My company has more than 15 years on the traditional medicine, Chinese medicine manufacturing. And our ambition is we want to export our product to Asian country, even more worldwide. Just like Thailand, recently we intend to export our product to Thailand, but we know that before we export our product to the country, we need to submit our document to make the registration. But I have ever searched the Thai FDA for the submission regulation, but it's not easy to find the guideline, especially in English, to guide us to prepare our dossier to make a submission. So is it possible to have a guideline from Thailand government or another country, Indonesia or India or Vietnam or other country, to have a very clear guideline for us to prepare the document to make a registration? This is my problems that we facing now. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much for Simon. And actually, we have some questions from the Indonesia. And one of the questions they ask, besides the Chinese medicine, is any other of the treatment like acupuncture or like the wet cup can be used for prevent the COVID-19? Dr. Wong, can you answer the question?
Because all the patients are in the negative pressure isolation ward, and we cannot perform acupuncture or cupping. So I cannot answer if the acupuncture or the cupping is effective for this patient. Maybe the patient can do acupressure by themselves, and maybe we can teach them how to perform the acupressure. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And actually, one of our today's co-organizer is the medical and pharmaceutical industry technology and development center. So I would like to invite Dr. Cheng Chinhwa, 处长. As I know, your institution is one of the organizations to undertake the project of Ministry of Health and Welfare to assist promoting the Chinese traditional medicine to Asian countries like Thailand, Philippines, Malaysia, and Vietnam. And could you share how to bridge the industry to explore the market?
Okay.
Yeah. Dr. Jen.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Gao. Okay, good evening, everybody. Our center is called PITAHC. It's a Medical and Pharmaceutical Technology and Development Center. Then we are conducting the project sponsored by our Minister of Health and Welfare. Okay, it's to promote the research and the communication program for traditional medicine. So each year we will conduct an international conference to discuss the opportunity and challenge for the traditional Chinese medicine and also the integrated medical service with Western medicine. And also we arrange the visit with different countries like Vietnam, Thailand, and Malaysia. And also from the industry side, like Simon mentioned about because we have a very good Chinese medicine product. So, but we need to understand the regulation in terms of the registration requirement. So with the COVID-19 pandemic, actually we did the same thing as Dr. Khwanchai mentioned. We invite all the experts from our industry. Then they go through all the ancient textbook to find their
这个会影响到我看东西。
Formulation, they can help to have for the infectious disease for the symptom release. Okay, so we went for the it's like a golden mirror of medicine, synopsis of golden cabinet, treatment on the febrile disease, etc. So we have screened that 21 formulas from different pharmaceutical companies. So we are wondering, so we are interested to help the Asian countries. So, but my question is, I'm wondering if your country provide the emergency resource authorization. Say that our product, because we are peace GMP country, so if our products can get the emergency resource authorization from your country, so that we can help, because our pharmaceutical company is willing. We have include 21 formulas. Okay, so it's very interesting to see Dr. Khwanchai and also Dr. Su and also Dr. Huang to share that. We know I'm very excited to hear that okay, Chinese medicine can really help to shorten the length of hospital stay and prevent pulmonary fibrosis, and also with the NRICM 101 can be treatment, can be as a treatment for the COVID-19. But in the meantime, I think from the regular point of view, so I think we should hand to hand work together to help the population, you know, in the world, also to make people. So because when the pandemic, so many people, 22 million people are infected. So I think we would like to say our traditional medicine can help. So maybe you can give us some input regarding so how we can cooperate with each other. And that's the aim for our center, to bridge the government and industry and each country, okay, so the Asian country, so we can work together. Thank you. And we also have several pharmaceutical company, they have been presented today. Maybe they can share more. Dr. Gao, would you like to invite them to share more information? Thank you.
Yeah, no, so now we are going open for the questions and the comments. And I saw some of our experts from Chinese Medicine University, Chinese Medicine Department, I think. And anyone would like to share or to ask question, give comments, are all welcome.
My name is Huang Sung-Yen from China Medical University Hospital. So I have a question for Professor Yi-Chang regarding the Chinese herbal formula for the treatment of COVID-19. Do you have a recommended dosage, or how many days should we use for the treatment of COVID-19? Thank you.
Yes, we have the guideline in Taiwan, so you can find the dosage and the method of use to use in a clinical patient. And the other point is we have tried to make a conventional product by a pharmaceutical company. And we have the product as 5 grams per pack. And we use in the prevention, the infection as 2 packs a day. And if we treat the patients, we can use 3 packs 1 day to 6 packs 1 day. So maybe it will be very convenient in other country and any hospital.
Thank you very much for your answer. I think this is very good that our Ministry of Health and Welfare, together with the National Research Institute of Chinese Medicine, have already have this Taiwanese guideline. So if possible, maybe we can also publish or send the guideline to all our friend countries and all our colleagues in Asia to share with the Taiwanese experience. This will be a very good reference for people outside of Taiwan to use this as a guideline. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. It's a good suggestion, and we translate in English, and then we can send to our friend in any countries. Thank you.
Thank you. So we still have 2 minutes. We can open one question. Yeah, anyone would like to say a few words or comments? If no any other question, if you have any other question you would like to continue to ask all of our speakers, you can send your request, your question to our email box, and actually that we will help you to contact the speakers to answer your questions. So thank you very much for our participants, our friends, join us today's online seminar. Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you next time. So bye.